First, I hear that you are up for renewal when it comes to our membership, and so I've dusted off your portfolio, and I would like you to give me your thoughts on what I consider to be one of the finest of Counter-Strike's cultural moments. Ahead of us, we have Inhuman Reactions by Hiko.
Inhuman Reactions!
You remember this well, don't you?
I do remember it. I can't escape it in some sense. It has become part of my life,
Yes.
just like Counter-Strike has. So,
I think that when we talk about culture, we talk about context, we talk about history and all these things that make Counter-Strike great. But the beauty of Inhuman Reactions by Hiko, by Anders Bloom, is that it's short and sweet. We play this clip.
the thing to really remember here is that we are in an era of Counter-Strike where the Swedes dominate everything. There is no challenge. Everyone knows they're the best, and Hiko is just this North American player. Sure, he's got a bit of a personality, he's got a bit of something going on for him. And then this happens. What is that?
Oh,
My God, Inhuman Reactions!
that is Counter-Strike in its essence. We see him go on to lose this round, and I think one of the great things that you said here,
Not even with an aimbot could you have got that kill, and Hiko
sometimes
is still in a 1-on-3.
anything is possible. I think Hiko's very lucky, Mr. Bloom, that you were there to elevate this moment.
Ultimately ended up being a big moment for both of us in many ways, even years later.
So when we think of cultural impact with Counter-Strike, I give this a 10 out of 10. And in terms of mechanics, that lizard flick that Hiko puts on display, I give that 10 out of 10 as well. This is a magnitude 10 shaking of the Counter-Strike world. 100% glory in my eyes.
Well, I would be remiss to argue with that. I will agree with your score.
Fine taste. It's my pleasure to approve your renewal. You may continue casting Counter-Strike.
I appreciate your generosity.
Ah, yes. Oh, it's not on behalf of myself, sir. This is the Culture Clubhouse, after all. It's on behalf of all of Counter-Strike.
Well, together we will continue to build the culture even further into the future then.
Greater than ever. Counter-Strike, like a fine wine, has aged well. As have you, Mr. Bloom. And that's why I bring you today into the Counter-Strike Clubhouse. I've heard through the grapevine that you've brought the Paris Major. Mr. Bloom, please talk me through your decision to present this to the council.
Well, how right you are. I went down to the Clubhouse archives and I happened upon this one. This is at the Paris Major Grand Final, the last round. We're talking overtime, on nuke, home crowd. Everything is on the line right here.
Apex and ZywOo in the Accor Arena, as French as it gets. I think it's poetic as well that all 5 kills in the final round are from the 2 French players.
Yes.
This was supported by Dupree and by Magisk and Spinks.
This moment is everything. Like, this round would have been so different if ZywOo doesn't hit that shot. You can really taste the fear in Gamer Legion when they run from the ZywOo AWP.
In fear, you see ZywOo shoot 1 bullet.
But they turn back because they're so afraid, and then they walk into Apex.
And here it is, that final shot, ZywOo to close it all.
Everything on him. Vitality shot.
No holds back, no surrender,
No holds back.
some would say. Almost destiny that all 5 players are killed by the 2 Frenchmen on French soil.
There's so much rich history to be built on this moment alone.
And the fact that those 2 legends continue to improve. Legendary moment for the Vitality org.
Quite possibly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for ZywOo to win on, in Paris like that, and for Apex too.
That's why we have culture clubhouses. It's so that we can thrive in the finest environments, and if this isn't Counter-Strike in its finest environment, then I don't know what is.
Now we must find a reasonable score, both in terms of mechanics and cultural impact for this clip. And
course.
starting with the mechanics, it is a bit on the low end. I would give this maybe a 5 out of 10.
Of course.
But on the cultural side, this is as big as it gets. ZywOo and Apex in France, in Paris, after the fall of French Counter-Strike. Your first cast, it's Dupree's 5th major. I don't think it gets much bigger. I would say this is about an 8.5 out of 10 for me.
Mechanically speaking, I'll raise it just to the 6. But culture, this was a CSGO major for ZywOo. Now ZywOo, they call him the CS GOAT, but if he never had his CSGO major, then that argument is absolutely blown out of the water. But this was a crowning jewel in terms of his accomplishments. At the tail end of a game, he thrust himself into the pantheon of greats. And for that reason, I'll take your 8 and I'll crank it to a 10. Bottle it and keep it on the Culture Club's top shelf.
Delicious.